Right, on July 5th, 1954, a little kid named Elvis Presley walked into Sun Studios in Memphis and recorded That's All Right, and rock and roll then was born.
And now there's a new exhibit at Graceland celebrating 60 years of Elvis. Angie Marchese, Graceland's Director of Archives, is here with some genuine rock and roll history. So good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Great. So thank you for coming in and for bringing in all this cool stuff. So tell us about the exhibit first.
Okay, well, the exhibit celebrates Elvis's first recording, That's All Right, Mama, which he recorded 60 years ago. And it goes through Elvis's musical legacy. So it highlights lots of songs like Heartbreak Hotel and Jailhouse Rock. But some of the stuff I brought here is like this record. This is actually Elvis's copy of That's All Right, Mama, which was his first record at Sun Records.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah, it's the one that he actually took home and would play for his mom at Graceland and everything like that, and in Memphis. So it was very precious and very valuable.
And this is on display already there?
Yes, it's part of the 60 Years of Elvis exhibit.
Okay, good.
Also, we've got, which is interesting, we've got these paycheck stubs. They're from July of '54, so it's the same month he records That's All Right, Mama. Elvis is driving a truck for the Crown Electric Company, making $1 an hour.
What? Unbelievable. And I know because I've been to Graceland. In the other room, you see his pay stubs at a later date.
Yes.
And he was a very generous man.
He really
contributed
was.
so much to so many charities. There was all those checks that are written out, right?
Yes. He started contributing to local charities back in '56 when he first started making money, because he never really forgot where he came from. And so he would give $50,000 a year to the city of Memphis. That was given to the 50 neediest charities, and he continued to do that his entire life.
Unbelievable. Wow, this is so cool. Now, is that actually what we're seeing here?
You stole that of that case to bring it right here to New York?
Shh, don't tell anybody.
How did you deal with that? What type of protective case?
Well, Elvis gets his own plane ticket, so he travels first class. Something else we have here is the script from his movie Jailhouse Rock.
Oh, I was going to ask you, is this some type of manuscript? Okay, so this was his actual script.
It's his actual script from his third film. It actually says Untitled
Presley Story. Wow.
Yes. And so, of course, Jailhouse Rock, being such an iconic song, is highlighted in the exhibit. In fact, the production scene for that song is given credit to being the very first music video.
Wow.
Very
Now,
cool.
how many actually films was Elvis in? There was
31.
31.
Yes, and he's one of the only actors never to have a movie that did not make money.
Well, now, wait, so now how do you preserve all of these things? Were these all in his own personal archives? Did he save a lot of things?
Yes, actually the Presley saved everything.
Really?
We've got only about 10% of our collections on display. So we've got thousands upon thousands of pieces of artifacts that we can continue to make new exhibits and keep the experience fresh for our guests who, first time people come into Graceland, or if you've been before.
I was going to say, you have a lot of return guests and fans that want to see some new stuff.
And so we keep things fresh so that everyone has something to come back and see. So, you know, so you can bring your mom back.
I will, yes,
and come see the new exhibit.
And I know there's plenty of costumes. I mean, all of his wardrobe is on display there. He has millions of outfits, and this is one of them.
That is the shirt from Viva Las Vegas.
Oh, my goodness.
It's celebrating its 50th anniversary this year, but of course the song's included in the 60 Years of Elvis exhibit because it is so iconic and still used by the city of Las Vegas today for tourism.
Really?
Yes.
So then you lend things out from the museum?
We do loan things to various museums, you know, places where Elvis needs to be represented, like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or the Grand New Museum and things like that. But if you want to get your full dose of Elvis, you've got to come to Memphis.
That's right.
Come see Graceland, come see the new 60 Years of Elvis exhibit, and, you know, blues, barbecue, and Elvis. What more could you want?
Is there any sweat marks on there? Anything like
Actually, you know what?
Look, is there any
might be.
makeup from Priscilla?
How would you authenticate something? Let's say that there's a fan or somebody who got something from Elvis a long time ago and they want to give it to you. How would you authenticate that?
Well, the first thing that we would do is ask, you know, obviously what the story is behind it from them. And then we would go looking in our collection through our documents to find receipts or checks or something that proved that Elvis had bought it or purchased it, or a photo of Elvis holding it, things like that. So our collection is so vast and our archives is so tremendous that we have the ability to do that. We have over 1 million documents in our archives and over 80,000 images. So all of my favorite pictures of Elvis get to be used in all the exhibits.
Now, how often do you guys get an item that, you know, really is mind-blowing?
Oh gosh, we actually, it's really kind of unique as we start going through the collection and finding things. It's like everything kind of takes on a special meaning, because really these are the pieces that tell the stories. And so these, I mean, besides, you know, this is just a record until you tell tell the story behind it. That
Sure.
it was Elvis's personal copy. Or
Right.
that shirt is just a shirt until you see it in the movie. So our archives really tell the story and help enhance the guest experience.
Now, I'm going to ask about his wardrobe, okay? Because anyway, it became very intricate. This is kind of bland and basic for Elvis.
Yes.
How did he become so intricate? His outfits all jazzed and bedazzled. Where did that style come from?
Elvis had a tremendous sense of fashion and a tremendous sense of style, even in the 50s. If you look at some of the early photos of Elvis,
Check him out there wearing like a
matching.
sequins or something.
yeah.
From him, or did he have a stylist? Or?
I mean, Elvis actually did a lot of his wardrobe himself, and only Elvis could get away with wearing some of the things
Yeah,
he wore.
This was
and
the
make it look
hottest
cool.
getup right here. This
The
was my
leather suit?
favorite. Oh
Yes.
my gosh, yeah.
You know that suit has a 28-inch waist.
A 28?
No kidding.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
Wow.
And-
now, okay, so I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say you grew up an Elvis fan. Is that right?
My mom was a huge Elvis fan. That's kind of how I got it. But I've been at Graceland now 25 years.
What
so.
was your first memory of Elvis?
When he passed away, I remember my mom
Really?
being extremely upset. I was 5, and I can remember her telling me that Elvis had died, and I was just like, oh, okay. And it just kind of made that, impact, for a 5-year-old.
I gotta ask one question. Obviously, on the grounds, you do have the grave sites of Elvis and
Yes.
family members, and on the gravestone it says Elvis Aaron. Now, is the name spelled incorrectly? The middle name? That's always been something that.
No, it actually is spelled the way the doctor spelled it on his birth certificate.
But later in life, he went with the other spelling. Then.
He actually grew up spelling his name with 1 A.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't until he had to get a passport in '69 that he realized on his birth certificate that his middle name was spelled with 2 A's.
Oh.
So kind of a little rumor there that it was misspelled, but actually his legal spelling is 2.
Okay, good. Glad to clear that up.
I
just
think
wanted
I
to
learned
know.
more about Elvis right now in this segment than ever. This was great.
Well,
Thank
now
you
you have to
so
come to
much.
Memphis.
Yes, I'll come down.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, I've got the invite, so now I'm gonna take you up on it.
Come on down.
Thank you so much, Angie Marchese, Graceland's Director of Archives. Thank you for showing us this awesome stuff. And now, if you're in Memphis, be sure to drop by Graceland and check out the exhibit. There's so much more that you can
Oh, yes.
see.
A
Thank
lot
you.
more to see.
All right,
Maybe
great.
get some little ribs. Maybe go to Rendezvous or something. Yeah. Okay, we can do that too. Thanks again.